Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. You join me today on a 48-hour session, the first proper session of 2023. I say first proper as in a 48 hours a minimum. Really excited. We're on an estate lake, it's my club water, first proper go at it. Let's crack on. Alrighty, so as I said at the beginning, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Big 48-hour session ahead of us, buzzing and really excited for it. This is the lake that I came 4 weeks ago and I'd booked on for 24 hours and it's frozen solid, absolutely wounded, but we're here now. So a little bit of a social going on. There's 4 of us going to be fishing on this session. I'm in peg 3, which is the closest side to the car park, and 3 of the lads are down the bottom end of the lake on 14, 15 and 16 I want to say. Not done it on purpose to be away from them, it's just I like the look of this peg when I came a few weeks ago and it was frozen. So I was having a feel around just with the lead, as you will have seen, so I found 2 spots. Left rod is going to go on a, don't know if I do a German or with a snowman rig or go for a Ronnie on a single pop-up. Not sure yet. Right rod is going to be a PVA bag setup. So yeah, that's the plan of attack. So I've got no rods out, I've just tidied up the camp, got the house up, wrapped up, so I just need to get the bags and the rigs on and get them out there. But yeah, 48 hours ahead of us on the club water. Let's have it, see if we can put the first fish of 2023 on the bank. Quick update, it is 2:30. rods have been out for a couple of hours, but half an hour after getting the rods in, lying down on the bed, ready, relax, chill out, enjoy the ambience of the countryside in Cheshire, and a screaming take, rod flies off the handles. Not a fish, a lovely mallard had decided to dive down, pick up my bait and hook itself. So yeah, that was fun. First time I've ever caught a duck. Managed to get it in safely, and Rick managed to come down, help me out, and just so we could net the duck and remove the hook, which we did, all good, and the duck's obviously gone back, happy days. But yeah, not ideal, not what you want half an hour into a session. Yeah, I was on the maggot rig, Medusa rig, so I've put a little bit of black bit of foam. Next time I bring it in, I'll show you how I've set it up. I can't remember if I've seen you use it on YouTube. I can't remember which one of you it was, but a little bit of black balancing foam, 8 to 10 maggots on, with a German rig, so it works like a wafter pretty much, so it just sits up above the lake bed and the hook. Not as much as a pop-up, but I tested it in the edge and it looked absolutely banging, and clearly it works because the old mallard soon found out. So anyway, got the rod back in, changed the rig, resent it back out, and we're back on the money. At least we know the rig works, the rig mechanics. So there we are. Nothing else to report apart from Big Steve, one of the other lads. He's gone for get some food on and realised he's left it all at home. You Wally. Where are you, Steve? Laughing at me for catching a duck. There you go. Luckily he doesn't live too far, so it won't be too much of a trip for him to go back and get it. Anyway, that's a quick update. I'll be back with you before dark probably, which, I don't know, is it about 6 o'clock these days? 6, half 6. Quick evening update, but I'm gonna sit back now, chill, watch a bit of YouTube myself, and yeah, enjoy not being at work on a Monday. We're out fishing and the conditions feel banging. It's about 10-11 degrees, so yeah. Right, this is Rick ringing me from Peg 16. Has he got a fish on? Hey up. You alright? No, I thought you were ringing me, say you've got a fat carp in the net. I was just doing my update on my vlog, so. Right, good evening Blankers, and welcome to the first 5:30, 6 o'clock update of the sesh. I've changed my milk of choice for this trip. It's a nice ginger ale with a dabble of the old Scotch finest. Keep you warm on them February evenings. But anyway, back to the fishing front. Both rods there just behind me. Just redone them. One was fishing the Medusa rig, but I brought that in and there was only one maggot left on it, and I did it pretty tight. I'm happy with it, but it was out for 4 or 5 hours, and I don't really want to be leaving it out 12 to 15 hours, because like I say, the maggots might not be left on there and might not be fishing. So unless any of you out there have got tips on how to help your maggots stay on longer, let me know. Not on this video because as part of the club that I'm in, their rules, they don't want the comment sections turned on, to try and keep the place as quiet as possible. So if you are on Instagram and you've got any questions or tips about the video, please feel free to drop me a message on there. I'm more than happy to speak to you on there. Same handle as my YouTube channel, Specialist Blanker. Drop me a message on there, more than happy to catch up there. But anyway, back to the rigs. So I've switched the maggot rig to a snowman rig now, so I've got that on a bottom bait with a 12mm yellow pineapple leakage pop-up, so I tested it in the margin. Luke's absolutely bob on for a cheeky nibble. So that's the left rod, 1 rod length off the far bank, and then I've changed the right rod. The shows and fish that I've seen, or my mates have said they've seen down the bottom end, have come from middle of the lake, open water, so I don't want to ignore that. So I've just chucked a solid bag on a nice area I've found, middle of the pond, scattered a few handful of boilies around the area on the solid bag, which has got a 12mm high leakage 12mm pop-up that sits just above the pellet mix. So if the fish does come down for a nibble on that food parcel, the first thing it's going to suck up is my cheeky 12mm. No innuendo there at all. So yeah, that's the plan for the evening. So I'm going to jump back in the bivvy, although it's a nice evening. You would not think it is mid-February. It feels more like an April or a May. A May evening, very mild. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy watching the water, watch the pond life. Hopefully we don't get any more ducks attached to our rigs, and yeah, settle in for the evening. Not sure what to have munch on tonight. Plenty of snacks and things to go at. A bit disappointed that I'd run out of oatcakes in the shop I went to earlier. So we've not gotten any oatcakes for this trip, which is a bit of a shame for those stokies among you that watch. So we'll see, don't know. I might wait tonight and treat myself to some nice bacon and sausage for brekkie tomorrow, we shall see. But so if I don't see you soon, it'll be in the morning with a welcome call, but hopefully it'll either be with me or one of the other 3 lads who are down the other end of the lake with a fish. So fingers crossed, we'll bag one and get this 2023 blank off to a flyer. So I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Morning blankers, and what a glorious morning it is. 7:30, got the coffee on, and it's a beauty. Action last night. Brenda Bream decided to pay us a visit. What time was that? About 9:30, 10 o'clock on the solid bag. What I'd put in the middle of the pond. So mixed it around a bit. Still got the left rod right over the far margin, and the fish that the other lads had seen down the other end of the lake had been in the middle of the lake, so thought it'd be rude not to put a bag in the middle of the lake. And there's plenty of action on it as well all night, bleeps here and there, and I keep my sensitivity on my alarms turned right the way down, so if there is any action, it's normally either a strong liner or a take or a bait pickup. So yeah, Bream Brigade last night. On the other rod on the far margin, I think I had a strong liner again on that. Beep 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 beep, went to get out to go and hit it, and it stopped. It just stopped as the swinger got near the top. I waited, nothing, so I've just left that. I'm hoping I don't reel that in an hour or so, and there's a little roach or something on it, and it's been on there all night. Excuse me. So that's all to report from last night's activity. None of the other lads had anything. So yeah, we've got another 24 hours to go. Got to be off by Wednesday 10 AM. So I put them rods out at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, so they'll stay there for another hour. It's say 7:30, 8:30. I'll be doing about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Go use the facilities, drop off the kids, the host. Yeah, clear blue skies again today. I think it goes a bit more overcast, so later on, and then when we go tomorrow the temperatures drop down to 5-6 degrees, so we've timed it very well. So let's keep our fingers crossed for today. Beautiful place, absolutely lovely. Right, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy my coffee, watch these geese, listen to the sounds. Tell you what I have heard around here, might annoy some people, but I like the sound of it. The woodpeckers proper drilling on the trees. I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah, I can tell you in rural Cheshire when that's happening. Anyway, I'll catch up with you about lunchtime, give you an update then, and we'll see what the crack is. Right, we're back from dropping the kids off and using the facilities in the old little Portaloo. Feeling much better now. Been have a chat with the boys down the bottom end, try and boost some morale in the camp. Like I say, none of us have had anything yet apart from the bream that I had last night. And Rick, bless him, he's reeled in one of his rigs and there's a tiny little roach got itself hooked on his hook. So he's been sat with that on his rig all night, so he's not been fishing, which is a bit of a wounder. But anyway, everything's been refreshed down there and this morning, so I've just come down and I'm redoing the rig. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be doing. So I'm using the Gemini stems. This is a German turbo rig. So I've just put my floss on, got a little bead there, so I'm going to fish snowman style. So I've got a nice bottom bait ready there with a little 12mm. It's a mainline essential cell pop up, and it makes the snowman just sit up beautifully. So we're going to thread them on to the floss, like so. Just pull that bottom bait down first, soft it, and then just tie a little overhand knot on to secure the pop up in place and keep everything nice and tight. This is what I fished yesterday on my left hand rod. It was out there since 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Brought it in half an hour ago and it was still sitting pretty and beautiful. Tested it in the edge, came in nice and clean as well. So just trim the excess floss off. Make your little light it. And as you'll see, that little bit there, we're just going to burn that off. Lovely. A little squeeze down. So. And then that will sit something like that, just above the hook on the bottom. Rod number one. You're restricted to lead size on here as well, so it's only a 2-ounce lead. So having to give it a bit of a flick out there, with us only having 2 ounce to play with. It's going 14.5 wraps, not too far, it's comfortable. So let's get this one out, and then the other rod's going on a solid bag, middle of the pond. That's where the bream come from, but where there's bream, there's more bream. Now apparently there should be the odd carp in or around the vicinity as well, so we'll stick with that area. We'll get the solid bag back out on that spot, and then they'll stay out until this evening. It's 9:30, so yeah, they can stay out all day. Let's get it out. Right, good afternoon. You join me as I've just woken up from a nap. Didn't know what day it was or what time it was, so obviously I needed that little kip, probably from last night and the not sleeping properly and the new water excitement. But anyway, fishing wise, what's happened? So unfortunately I've had another slimy bream, a bit bigger this one as well. It's about £5, taking on the solid bag again in the middle of the pond, which, you know, it is renowned for, but I'm just hoping and praying that some of the carp move in on that spot and get to my rig before the bream do. The left hand rod that's at range at the bush tree, not a single bleep on that, but I know it's fishing. It's a snowman. It's fish on the same spot as before I brought it in, and it came in absolutely fine. It's clear, and as I've said, I've put 2/3 mini spoms of boiler crumb and maggot over that. I'm surprised I've not had a bream on that one, to be honest, but there we go. Other two lads down the bottom end, still seeing fish show in front of them, especially Rick on peg 16, but nothing to show for it yet. So it is 3 o'clock now, so I'm gonna wake up, chill out, might watch a bit of Only Fools on the old iPad, have a drink. I don't know what I want to drink, some juice or something. Straight work tomorrow after this session, so I won't be having a drink today or tonight. Won't be fresh in case one of them screams off in the middle of the night. So yeah, that's the plan of attack. I had some bacon and sausage earlier before I had my kip, so I'm not hungry. Save that till a bit later. So yeah, not much happening, but it's just so peaceful here. So peaceful and quiet. Stay here all week. I won't even mind if I didn't catch anything. Nah, I would. Anyway, right, I'm going to go and watch a bit of TV, have a drink. I'll catch up with you in a bit for a tea time update. A few hours time, that's when I'll redo the rods. The rods have been out since 9:30 this morning. Apart from the solid bag one that's gone with the bream, I've brought that in and redone, but the left hand one stayed out and will do for another 2.5 hours. And I'll re-chuck them again at 5:30, and they'll stay out till I go tomorrow morning. They've got to be off before 10 o'clock. So I'll be leaving here probably about 9, get to work. So still plenty of time. If you're out on the bank doing it yourself, tight lines. If you're new to this channel as well, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Got lots of things coming up this year. Exciting year ahead. I'll talk more a bit about that in the next update actually, so until then, I'll speak to you soon. Alright guys, sorry for the dark update. Let's straighten this up. Had a busy past couple of hours, so Rick down in peg 16 at the other end of the lake, he's only gone and bagged a fish and he saved the blank, so I'll put the footage up now so you can have a goosey gander, and then we'll come back and have a quick evening update. Right, Rick's in.
Am I holding alright?
Yeah, yes, mate.
On, mate. Really good.
Lovely fish, that, mate. What have you had it on?
A snowman. The bug, and an essential cell yellow topper.
Nice.
That's your double, isn't it? You thought it was only a little, didn't you?
Yeah. It just weren't doing much.
Yeah.
What was the take like?
Just one tone straight off.
Was it? Steve don't get one toners, do you, mate?
Don't get fish.
Look at that, lovely. So yeah, happy days, buzzing for him, lovely common. £18 on the button. And it puts his confidence levels high going into the last night. So it looks pitch black, but it's only coming up to 7 o'clock. So chicken kebab ready for go. Nice one, Steve, for getting fetch it. So I'm going to enjoy this, get back to Only Fools, and fingers crossed we get a bite down this end of the lake, or Steve gets one, to put the blog in a very good position. But I'm happy one of us has caught. We've put a fish on the bank, we've seen a fish, so happy days. So anything from now on is a bonus, but selfishly I'd like to get one. So we'll leave it there. I'll catch up with you hopefully in a few hours with a fish of my own, or in the morning with a brief update on how the night went. See you then. Alrighty then, good morrow to the Blankers. And it was another quiet, carpless night, unfortunately for me. And by that I mean we had another bream, unfortunately, about 11 o'clock. That's 4 bream, been done over. I think I've learnt my lesson not to use solid bags on this venue. You learn something, always take something away from a trip. On other good news, Rick, who's down, who had the fish yesterday, he's had another one this early hours this morning. So hopefully he's got some footage. If not, I'll pop just a picture up now so you can have a look at that. It was another nice common, around £15 I think. So well done, Rick. Second fish, mate, on a roll. We've got 7:30, 8:30. Probably got another hour and a half's worth of fishing for me, then I'll be off straight to work. But I've really enjoyed my session down here. Really enjoyed it. I'll definitely be spending a lot of time here this year. Yeah, very good, very nice. A bit hot yet that. So I'm going to enjoy my brew. I say slow pack down, but everything's pretty much packed away. I just need to get it to the vehicle. So yeah, the bivvy straightforward, that pops down nice and easy. It looks pitch black, and that's another good feature of this bivvy, the Nash Hide Camo XL. It does not let any light in whatsoever. So if you're after a bivvy that needs pure darkness, this is the one for you. I've never known anything like it. The review is on the way on my YouTube channel for this bivvy. A full diagnostics and check of the old girl, so you can see if you're thinking about buying a new bivvy, if this one's for you. So keep an eye out for that. But I'm going to sit back, enjoy the brew. Thank you if you're still watching from the beginning, I appreciate it. I'm back out in a couple of weeks, and then a couple of weeks after that we're off to Bluebell Lakes for 4 days/nights. But I'll try and get something out again before then. And then after that, it's in April, it's a trip to France. So lots to look forward to in the coming 8 weeks. So if you're out doing it, tight lines. If not, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Oh, that's a good brew, that is a good brew.